Hi everyone, Curtis here from Goth Rider Creations, and in today's episode we're going to route out the pickup cavities for the Silent Zombie build. Stay tuned. So, a little bit of housekeeping to start. Wanted to welcome all of the new subscribers. I've had quite an influx recently, yes, welcome to the madness. Got this build that hopefully you've already seen, the Silent Zombie. I do have a couple of older builds that I need to finish off this year, and there's plenty more planned, so stay tuned for all of that. I am possibly even looking at maybe a giveaway build towards the end of the year, but we'll see what happens. And part of the influx for all these new subscribers, a massive thank you goes out to Gio at Tornelli Guitars and Todd at Sweet Tea Guitars. You're both amazing luthiers and you're both lovely people. I was quite touched with the little shout out you gave me on your channel, so thank you so much for that. Yeah, if you two ever get yourselves over to this island, are you a drink? Sure we can get you some Bud Light, Todd. I don't know what you drink, and some limoncello maybe, Gio? Let me know. But no, these guys are absolutely amazing, really talented builders and wonderful people. The amount of times I've emailed Todd and asking him strange questions about timber or this, that and the other, always so helpful, so thank you both so much. That's really sweet of you. And one other thing that came out of that shout out was a bit of a boo-boo at my end. Todd was bigging me up and he was saying how this is a scrap wood build and I was building it for under $300, and I thought, well, I'm building it for way less than $300. And then I thought, hang on, I've not actually told you guys what the price is for the build. So yeah, let's do that now. So what we're building, as we know, is the Wish.com guitar. Now that comes in, including postage, because you know, that comes in at £65.28. That's $82 for everyone over the pond. So that's the budget that I have to beat. I have to build this entire guitar for less than 82 bucks. So yeah. Now what we've already done is, as I've said before, the guitar was £20. The printed plan was £2.50. So that's where we're up to for now. And then as we get more of the items, I'll be breaking those down as well, and I'll be doing a little tally up here. So yeah, so that's what we're aiming at. So under $100 for a guitar. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Right, that's enough rambling from me. Let's get on with the build. So last week, as you know, we got the neck routed out and sorted, and the neck now fits nicely and snugly in there. So that's done. Next thing we need to do is we need to make sure we've got our center line. Now, first thing we're going to do, maybe I should have done this before, is get the center of the neck, so we've got something to work by. So literally just going off the neck heel. There. And then we just transfer that line down. Right, so there we have the center line, so we can see what we're doing. Right, now I think this is kind of the accepted way of doing this. I first saw it, Ben at Crimson Guitars, but I've seen quite a few people doing this, so this is kind of the accepted way, I'm guessing. All you need, a couple of long rulers or straight edges, or definitely straight pieces of timber, and then all we're going to do is run this along the edge of the neck, keeping it really tight, and then we will take a line off of that and from the other side. I find these wobbly rulers do help, but make sure that the heel of your neck is flush down the side, otherwise it's going to kick out and this is a waste of time. So let's get that one. Like that. And if we mark the straight ahead position off the center there, so we've got center of the neck, we've got this here, and then all we do is take, I've been sitting down for this, take a point off of that. That is 64 millimeters, so that's nice and easy. That's 32. So we just mark 32. Like that. Then take the neck out, and then we'll just join the lines up. And that's our centre line. So that's nice and easy. That's all set up and sorted. So theoretically now, if we put our template back on, make sure it's the right way round, then in fact let's be a little bit pedantic here and make sure that this is basically symmetrical. That's not far off, that's fine. So we'll just use the point as the center point. It might not be exactly symmetrical, but I'm happy enough with that. So, that pocket is there, that's that point there. That is how we're going to orientate the body now. So it has shifted slightly across, but still well within the body blank. And we're painting the guitar, so if you had like a book match top or something like that, and you wanted the center seam of that top to be the center, then, well, you wouldn't be doing it like this anyway. But this way, because it's painted, I don't need to worry about grain patterns or anything else. As long as it fits on the blank, I'm happy. So that's all sorted. Now we can work out where the neck is going in relation to the template. That is bang on. And then if I trace this out, then I know, well, what I'll do is I'll cut it out, and then we're in a perfect position to put it back on the body, and then we'll see where we are. Just need to find the scissors. Back in a second. Sorry, had to edit that bit out. If I take any more of Mrs. Goth Rider's good scissors out of the kitchen, she will kill me. So that is now done. And then if we place this back here, then we know where we are. And that's an idea. If I extend the centre line into the pocket a little bit, I can see what I'm doing. Right, so that sits there, that sits there, that's all in place, and that's all in place. Now we can draw out the body properly. Right, so that is now done. So that's all sorted. Let's do the scale length next, so we know where the bridge is going to be, and then we can do the pickup positions after that. So let's in and out, in and out. Almost feel like I should shake the neck all about. Let's put that in there. Right. That sits there, that sits there. 25 and I know this isn't exact just yet. I'm just getting a rough position. It doesn't matter a massive amount because I'm going to be redoing the lines anyway, and the actual scale line isn't actually the edge of the bridge, so it doesn't matter too much. So that's 25 and a half there, and here's the centre finder there to give us our line. So that's the bridge position. So that's there. Normally there's about a centimetre off of that. Use this one's here. So we'll call that the end of the bridge. So centre line, bridge placement, pickups. So what we have here is some bargain basement humbuckers. Dusty. Cheap Chinese knockoffs, I'm assuming. It does tell me which one is the neck and which one is the bridge, so that is cool. What I'll probably do once we get to the point of the electronics, I'll actually measure them and see what the resistance is. I know that's not the be all and end all. I think it's Henry's is the other one. Bob's, Fred's, I don't know. But yeah, so we'll work out the resistance at least, so we'll know kind of how cheap and nasty they are. But these were £10. So I'm not going to knock that. It's, yeah, as I say, probably cheap Chinese made things. We'll see if they work. The beautiful thing about this is, with it being a starter guitar, initially she'll probably be using the silent piezo system anyway. By the time it gets to the point where she wants to plug it into an amp, if she's really getting into it and really enjoying it, I'll swap these out for some handmade custom pickups. I have no problem with that. But right here and now, you know, start cheap and then work as you go. So that's what we've got. And same as the neck, we're not going to bother templates. You could get a piece of MDF or a bit of chipboard, draw around this, make your own template and go for it. But I did all right with the neck pocket. Let's just give it a go. So So, what we need to do now is get it routed. I still hate this thing. You know what? No, I will use the large bit and then I'll change to a smaller bit for the ears, the mounting plates, the tabs. Right, so there we have it. 2 pickups sorted. And just for entertainment value, put that there. There. Right. There she is. Let's get a little thumbnail going. There you go. You're even involved in the B-roll. How's that? So, that is now sorted. We have all of that done. Pickups are in. They might need a slight tidy up when it gets to the point, but worst comes to worst, I can get the chisel out on that. They look nice and low, so they've got plenty of space to go up if needs be. I routed them down 18mm. I did some digging around online. Apparently that's kind of where they're supposed to be. If they need to go down a little bit deeper, that's no big thing. So that's easy enough. So all that's left to do now is cut out the body. This should be fun. So all I'm going to do is mark where the end of the heel is going to be, so we know how far to go. So what I'm going to do is kind of freehand the transition into the neck pocket, and then worst comes to worst, I can file that back after the fact. I just want to make sure I've got some extra meat just in case anything goes wrong, and then if it looks silly or if I don't want the edges to be where they are, I can just use the rasps and the files and clean that up. So that's where we are, I think. So I'm not going to procrastinate, I'm just going to cut it out, and then the chips will fall where they may. I'm hoping that's a poker term, because if you drop your chips you're going to be a bit upset. And I mean chips, I don't mean crisps. Right, so right, I think that'll do it. Oh. And I think Robert R and a couple of other people commented and said that last time I was using the jigsaw it looked like the blade was blunt as hell, and you are absolutely 100% correct. I've recently been fitting extension to our kitchen, hence why this episode is a couple of weeks late, but I bought a flush cut extended reach saw blade, which did cost a couple of pennies more than I normally spend on these things, but it seems to cut very well. It cut through all the countertops like they were nothing, so we'll give this a go, cut this out, and I think we'll call this an early one. And we have a problem. A rather substantial one. This new blade makes very clean cuts. They are not square in the slightest. That has gone down something crazy. is insanely crooked. Don't know if you can see there just how twisted that is. That has just completely jacked this thing all up to hell. I think I can recover this horn at the top here. There's just enough meat on the back that I could probably make that one work. I'm going to have to completely recarve this whole line here. This is just shot. Trying really hard not to do a big unit right now and swear. Love you, man. Yeah, that is like a major screw up. So that has twisted way out of proportions. I was even cutting away from the line, so I had a few mil extra room, but this has just completely shot all of that. If we look on this side, 38. Yeah, it's sloped back nearly 5 mil. That is just completely and utterly useless. What do I do? Trying to think what I can use to see if I can salvage this. So we'll have to make the whole body about 3 mil smaller. But if it's only on this side, I can rematch it on this side and we'll just make it slightly thinner. It will be, I don't know, we'll call it a slimline zombie. That I can work with. My only issue is this line here. If I've lost this horn, then there's no point. It. Yeah. Well, that's less than ideal. Yeah, realistically, I've lost the tip of this horn. It goes back maybe 5 mil into the edge there. So there is no option. Yeah. But there is a glue line there. And this is a multi-piece body. So I don't have any clamps, but what I can do if we get this lined up and then find some super glue that actually will work. If I just coat the top in super glue, that will hold the joint while the glue dries. And there we have it. The joys of the screw up. So that I'm now going to leave overnight to make sure that's definitely cured. I deliberately went for the Gorilla rather than the wood glue, just in case there is any misalignment. As you saw, I planed it as flat as I could, but just in case there's any weirdness in the grain or anything, I'd like to have that little bit of fill in there. And again, it's going to be painted, so this is kind of an ideal situation if you are doing a first guitar, because if the route isn't perfect, if the sanding isn't perfect, you can use fillers and things like that. It's not the ideal way to go, but you should see some of the things that come out of some of the professional shops when you strip back the paint. So, you know, I don't think it's going to be a major issue. As I say, with this being a multi-piece body, this isn't even going to be noticeable. So yeah, what I'll do, I think I'll get away with reshaping this edge here. It's only about 2 or 3 mil out, and I've deliberately left myself about 1.5 mil, 2 mil at the top. So worst comes to worst, this curve will be slightly shallower than the original, but then again, I'm going off that plan, so you know, I'm not overly concerned. This is a little bit annoying because I wanted to have the whole body cut out, so I had something to show you guys, but that's not going to happen. So I'm going to let this dry, and then in the next episode I will get a proper jigsaw blade, cut this out, and then we could get on with everything else. Oh god, it's so annoying when these things happen. It takes the wind out of your sails. It's a little bit annoying, but this isn't going to beat us. This is just an hour's setback, not a major one. So as always, thank you for joining me for Goth Rider. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, throw us a comment, please be nice. This has annoyed me slightly. And yeah, I will see you on the next episode for more mess ups. Take care.